Hello, everyone. Thank you once again for joining. Welcome from whatever angle you're joining. And again, it's another beautiful day, beautiful day. We just want to, first of all, before we forget, say thank you to Rob and Lynn for hosting our CEO last night powerfully. It was a great job. Well done. We thank you and we appreciate you for doing that. Guys, the house is full. Look at us. We are just smiling today from molar to molar because we found another beautiful new face in the house. Hello, Mr. Mokan. Thank you for joining us. Do you want to unmute yourself and say hi to the audience, please? Many people are watching you here.
Hello, everybody. Hope you have seen me in the chats, doing some chatting and just saying hellos to everybody. By the way, my name is Mo Khan. I live in UK, Cardiff, but originally from Hyderabad, born and brought up in Hyderabad. I moved to UK in 2004, and currently I work as a data analyst. I have done different roles with the leadership and the management in the retail firms, where I have dealt with a lot of data in terms of changing the culture in the businesses. Plus, currently I work with one of the global firm who are around the world, about 150 countries. So I work as a data analyst, where mostly to deal with big data and telling big data. So you can name any company which is bigger in the world, we deal with their data. Yeah, doesn't matter what country it is, we do. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, guys. Thank you very much, Collins, as well as Comfort, like we met last year, tomorrow, 2nd of July. And it's an honor. And all I can say with OnPassive is we are 10 years younger.
Woo.
We
All
are
right.
10 years younger. What we are seeing now and what Ash is preparing for us, we are 10 years younger. And this all supposed to happen in 2033. The mission what is started, but we are so lucky we are in it. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Guys, who can recognize this name in the chat? Let me see how many people who keep track of who we see here. Thank you once again for joining you, dear brother. We're so happy and excited. Hello, Andy, Mr. Bergs. Yoo-hoo! Welcome.
I'm going to say two things. First of all, Mo forgot me because he saw me at Worcester as well, but that's fine. And secondly, he moved from Hyderabad and you come to the UK and gone to Cardiff. I mean, come on.
Two serious issues more.
Great to see you here anyway. Glad you could join us.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Collins, Mr. Manner.
Yes, as always, we are here again for a great webinar, and I just want to thank, you Comfort for inviting Mo and Andy. We are always regular here, and I hope you guys will enjoy. Those who are watching, the viewers, will get a lot of information today because we have, Mo is a tech person, Andy from the financial perspective, Comfort from every angle. Hope you guys will get it, and please share us. We need a lot of people here to watch it because it will be a really, really great show. So thank you, Sir Comfort.
When you say I'm from various angles, you make Andy to think that I talk a lot. Meanwhile, I actually don't do, guys. So thank you for joining. Thank you once again for joining. We are so excited. And of course, if you missed out on a topic, which is although impossible, we're coming today from Flowerland. I don't know how they call it, but then you can see we look really beautiful. As we say, OnPassive is a league of its own, right? Just from the very beginning, Mo has already said a lot of stuff that just wants to get us going. But Mo, before we pop into our topic proper, you said a lot of things. You are a data analyst. You have you have a couple of years of experience. You've worked kind of in many countries or many parts of the world. You've touched big data and stuff. And you say your job is like changing the culture in businesses. And again, on the other hand, you say OnPassive is, we are 10 years younger because this company was supposed to happen in 2033. So you are changing the cultures in businesses. Why the excitement about ONPASSIVE? What is ONPASSIVE bringing that you have not seen yet?
All I can say is on passive is change of culture. So there is a big thing before and after in anything, if you say. So every organization or every department is trying to get to the higher level. They try to get the things to the different levels so that they can reduce their cost, they can make the things more efficient and provide the good service for the customer. But what I seen with the on passive is um, from the whole DNA is to change the culture what currently exists. Okay, so when I joined and I heard first time Ash, this first thing came into mind is exactly the same thing, because like I work with one of the biggest firm in retail. So every year there is system updates, there is self-service checkouts, there is club card invented, there is reviews invented, there is the ordering system has changed, the way of trainings have been changed, and we are now everything became digitalized. So I'm talking from since 2004 till 2017. It's a lot of change. It's all become more into technology wise rather than just manual things. So exactly like what Ash is trying to do is whatever is the repetitive work is gonna assign to the machines where a human can be free. So our time can be free, and then we can do something more productive and help the humanity. And definitely come back to on passive is when you think of top-notch products that's with a low fees value, every business gonna save that money. Every single shop, every single organization gonna save the money with our products. Second thing is how the business model is running, where every corner shop person or every average living person gonna have that wish or the dreams gonna come true for them. And the way he treating people is that's how God has sent us to make ourselves comfortable, rather than you just being a slave to somebody or some organization or just to your life. Oh, now anybody gets up in the morning, they just think, okay, right, when is first coming, what we have to pay, how much debts we got, or I have to pay for a credit card. This is my life. Okay, now that's tax have to go. Okay, this have to go. Is absolutely we are just uh, um, jumbled into the systems of this world, or the governments, or the tax, or you name it. It comes with your friction name. You know, um, and then everything is attached to it. And once those things are, eradicated via unpassive, people gonna be more happy, more they're gonna fulfill their dreams. They're gonna help every member of their family. Plus, then it's gonna escalate to the world, and it's just gonna change the whole world and the thinking of the perspectives. And obviously, we will be the first company to bring that culture change, and everybody gonna hold a finger in it. Oh, how did they do it? How
Right.
did they manage to do it?
Hmm.
So they're gonna jump into it, and we will be the leader. Like Ash was talking about it last night. What the leader qualities needs to be. So everybody will be just followed behind us.
Okay, more. Sorry, I would really want to interrupt. I'm good on
Yeah.
interrupting people, so bear with me. So you've said a few things that I would like you to go, guys. Hold on. If you want to take notes, begin to take notes. You come when it's time. But more, you said a few things which I would like us to make clear for us, because you say what Ash is doing is trying to take away the repetitive tasks from the hands of humans and give it to the machine, and all of those, and companies will save a lot. I know that you say they will save money like from the products and stuff. I'm also seeing that if they will take away the repetitive tasks that we should have done, then it's like they will also take away not only money of through products, also they will also save money from employing people. Does it in any way suggest like people are instead going to lose their jobs because these tasks that should have been done with the hands and stuff, they're being taken away and replaced by the machine?
No, the jobs will be more increased due to. So if you earn the money, what are you going to do? You're going to spend it. You still need your general life. Say for example, you go for a holiday, the money will be sent to the airlines or to the holiday resorts. The manpower, this has been the culture of the world. And one thing is, I'm a firm believer, God never makes a mistake. you know He's there. The food is available for every single person. Doesn't matter what changes, what cultures or what eras we goes through, everybody will have food. Everybody will get their share. you know and we're gonna be all fine, like always Marty says, think about travels, car, or airlines industry. It creates more jobs, definitely. And then uh, it could be, yeah, it could be the biggest thing ever. Like, did you ever thought when the internet came, I think in 1995, I'm not sure, but I got introduced to that time when I was in the college. And several internet cafes were made. I myself bought my own PCs, computers, assembled them, and then rented them out, back in 1999, 2000, I'm talking about. So um, all these industries have taken over by the IT. We had, in school, like when I was in like 1995, I'm talking, we only knows like computer lab, they only had three of them, and then we just used to learn MS-DOS, which nobody knows MS-DOS by now, the new generation. But it's never ending. It's never ending. The new things will come up. The people will get more jobs. More jobs will be created. Something different sectors will be created. Think about last night they were talking about the robotic cars. You know, just imagine how the thing's gonna be implemented. And how the manufacturing gonna happen. Some control needs to be placed. Some safety features needs to be placed. Still the things are will be working according to, and then the jobs are going to be coming up for a lot of people. With this
Mm-hmm.
technologies, definitely.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. That was a powerful introduction coming from you. So let's see. Let's hear what Collins is going to say, queuing up from the quality assuring perspective before Andy pops in. So Collins.
Yeah, Mo just said it right. Those who work with big data, there is someone who have to ensure that the quality of the product is high. And I'm so happy that our CCOO, Mohammed Kamal, talk about the level of checks and stuff that are going behind the scene. We don't even know. So there are several level of testing. Whether we like it or not, there is no way you can skip one. So you cannot skip one when you want. So there are times I ask a lot of founders, I say, just imagine you are the QA engineer of an airline company, because I remember Mo talk about everything is controlled by computer system. And they said, all right, you go now, do the various checks of that airline before the pilot kickoff. You go, you just say, wow, jump from A, and you just go to Z and say, yeah, everything is okay. The plane goes up. What happened? 350 people died because of your own carelessness. Do you think they will sack the engineer, the developers, or the database, the big data people like Mo? They will not sack them. They will sack you, and if you, the QA, because you are the one who put your final signature, say, yes, it is great. They believe in you, because in IT, you trust people. They trust you with the job, and that's why they give you the job. And when the trust is gone, there is no way you can stay with that company again. So you have to make sure, and even if you are not sure, you say, you know what, ask questions. There is no yes or no for an answer. The answer is always why. Why am I doing this? If they said you don't have to do this, why shouldn't I do this? So when you ask that why, you get the real answers. You don't have to get and just say, check this thing you check. No, why are you doing that? Do you really understand what you are doing? And these are the level of checks you go, from the time of development, from the time where they give the requirement, they call it static testing, where you look at that document, say, no, there's a spelling mistake here. There is this here. Are you sure this is what you want? You start to question the documentation before the building of the software, before development. So you have static, you have dynamic. And it's just a lot. And if we come to dynamic, there is alpha, there is beta. So in alpha, there's a lot. You can talk about about 10 ways of checking.
All right. So
You
this now is to confirm what Mo is saying, that rather
Correct.
we'll have more jobs than
More jobs.
them
Yes.
being taken away. All right.
Correct. Yes. So everywhere you go, car manufacturer, there must be QA. You go here, there must be this. There must be those who develop it. There must be someone who will check it. Because at the end of the day, somebody must build it and somebody must check it. So I'm just confirming what Mo said, that there will be a lot of jobs, because if you have the money, everybody. So what can you buy if there is no one building something for you to buy with your money? Money itself, if there is no value in money, you exchange. There is value in the product, not value in the money. The value of the product determines the worth of the money. Yes, money is just empty paper. If they give you, it's just empty paper. But the value, yes, it's just empty. It's nothing. But what you are buying, that is where the value comes from.
All right. Okay. So let's hear what Andy wants to say about what you both have said. Andy. Oh yeah.
Well, the one thing I want to understand before we go any further is exactly what a data analyst does, because I'm sure the guys out here, like me, I'm not technically minded, so I don't understand exactly what it is that you do, Mo. So perhaps you can enlighten us first before
Definitely.
we go further. It sounds great, but
thank you,
So,
Andy. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's same like I just want to quickly go through the people who don't understand IT. They will ask the question, when are we starting, when we're gonna get money, right? But when it comes to IT, it's all about understanding that particular law. So my role, say for example, Toyota company have several branches all over the world. Okay, so what happens basically, the CEO wants to know, they have to make the senior decisions and where is the company lying. Okay, quarterly, half yearly, yearly. So they have to strategically plan their finance, tax, compliance side. What did we do, how did we do, performance and everything else. So what we get, the data from different aspects, different branches. So we combine the data and eradicate the things or the missing. It's all about bookkeeping. So what has gone in which center or which branch, and then we combine the data and then eradicate, do all the manipulations and everything, and then upload to a different system where all the
where does this data come from? What actually supports this data? Where does that stuff come from? So they're trying to sell cars. Okay, Toyota trying to sell cars. So does the data come from a website, or does it come from?
No.
Okay,
they're systems. So you go to Tesco, you have a checkout, right? You have a shop, you have a register, you have ins and outs, right? What has gone through with your financial side. So I'm mainly based with the financial reports. So all the data come from their own systems. So it could be, it just looks like there is a paper and then there is a bookkeeping. Nowadays it's like the SAP systems. There's so many different types of files, and it's all comes in a different formats, with all the different securities. We have to go through so many the codings and stuff like that to unlock that, and then collect everything, combine them all together, and we work on SQL to get all in one, and then get the reports presented for the company directors, CEOs, partners, and stuff like that.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is you take all of the financial details from all of these various sections and say you're doing well in this area, you're not doing well in that area, and you need to close that one down. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's not our job. My job would be just to is blindly those files, right? Get them, eradicate. I mean, the manipulation. It could be any comma there, or they put a date format, something different to America, and then it could be UK date format. They have written something where they're not supposed to written number. Where it's basically it's just sheets, okay, where it's tables, say date, name, account number, this much amount, credit, debit. What is the description? What date has been posted, when it's come, all the kind of data. But it could be
so you're
just
an accountant.
No.
Okay.
So accountants, we do support accountants where they are based into the. So my job as a data analyst, where I look after all the files, and then upload to a separate platform. Yeah.
Okay, so let me apply this to ONPASSIVE, because we don't sell data, but the data obviously comes into the company from various different environments. Now, one of the things that we have in Dubai is these advertising environments, but they're AI driven. So they take data that comes in and you have to analyze this data. So what does this data show us as a company? What does it allow us or help us to do?
To make the decisions.
Okay, so a guy walks past with a phone and he takes a glance at the advertisement, and the AI technology says, okay, he's looked at it, he's this age, that age, it's a 2-second glance. Did he see the information or didn't he? Surely there's not an awful lot of information that can be gleaned from something like that, or can there?
It's all depend on the system, what they put it in, and then what are the headers, what they're collecting, okay. And obviously the system is built according to that, and then they only need it. Like we are talking finance, means we only talking those aspect of it, and then different. Now like marketing, what ONPASSIVE will be collecting is our own data, what is required for them. They won't be collecting what is not needed. After collecting, there could be some of the data which is unrelevant to it, but that get sorted by a data analyst, okay, and then presented in a. Don't think it just comes like purely clean data. It doesn't. So it just gets clarified, manipulated, whatever needed to be changes, and exact what you need for your systems, for your analysis, for your reports. Same like tracker.
Yeah, so in effect, what the AI technology does then with an advertisement is say, this is engaging or this is not engaging, we need to change it. Is that the sort of thing you're talking about?
We don't do that. I mean, whoever is the decision maker will get the report, and then they look into, like with the when you think of the heat maps, right? Okay, what is happening here? So there is different ways of viewing your data. In Tableau you can view the data, or you could have your private platform where you can view the data, or it could be some other different further investigations can be done to nail down to a particular point where actually, okay, we have to use this, so this is working here, this is not working here. So it's all about analyzing, getting the correct report. So there is, like our Nazal said, there's what, 1300 screens. Okay, we cannot.
1300. There's 1300 malls, shopping
No,
malls.
Mhm.
screens.
No,
1000, is it?
1300 malls.
Okay.
So the
So
screens are within the malls.
we cannot have 1300 people standing there. You
No,
get me?
true.
To take data.
Mhm.
So all the things will be coming in. This is how the system is helping us. So before, if you take back like 15, 20 years, you will find so many people on the main street or the queen say, oh, give me a number, date. And what they're doing, collecting the data. Now everything is machine wise, is like more things into coming, and there is nobody who's not on the phone or who's not on the online. If they're not, they are
Okay,
just
so excuse me, Comfort. There's a couple of things I'm trying to work through. So forgive me for asking these questions, but we as a company on Passive does not sell data. Okay,
Mhm.
we so the social media, the other social media platform make all of their money because they sell data,
Yeah.
and they use advertising and what have you. So so we have another system, and as you quite rightly pointed out earlier on, we are the correction to the corruption, because we're not doing what everybody else is doing. We're doing
Definitely.
something totally different, and we are creating wealth for people in an ethical manner. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
So we don't sell data. What do you think the company could be worth if we were to sell that data?
Ooh.
Now, I know that's a good question, and it's very hard to answer.
It's
But this cropped up earlier on because Red mentioned it just after New Year, because he'd spent some time with another IT guy over New Year, and the chap said, "I don't get it. Why aren't you selling data? Because we don't need to.
yeah.
Yeah, everything that comes in is for us, no one else, just for us, and we don't need to sell that data." That makes a company extremely strong. When it
Definitely, yeah.
gets to the point where it says, "No, no, no, you're not having this data. This is just for us."
Hmm.
So everything we do on each of the various products that we have, ONET and OMail in particular, the free products, by the way, but those two products, we don't sell any data. And our social media platform doesn't sell any data. So we have a free product which is far superior to whatever else is out there. And we don't need to make it worth 10 billion because we're not selling any data. It's irrelevant to us. And people don't understand this, but I'm beginning to understand. I'm beginning to get the picture here of well, I'm sorry,
I'm
I'm
glad.
a little
No,
slow.
that's fine.
Okay, I'm a
I'm
little
glad you're
slow.
understanding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, okay, but my point being that the companies that are out there at the moment that are purely involved in profit,
Definitely.
Mhm.
and the only way they can get profit is to sell data. So Google, Amazon, Facebook, etc. Data. Right? We have a different system, guys. This
Mhm.
is a company that does not sell your data. We're not interested in selling data. And by the way, we don't need to. We're already worth millions.
Exactly. Yeah,
But
that's
thank you.
great.
Now I understand, Mo. Now it's going in.
Thank you. You
Well,
made me
then,
want to go back, because thank you to I was quite patient because I wanted to see where this was taking us to. So finally, Andy, you just landed back to our topic because you were just driving this point to come back to end with your clarification that of course on passive is a league of its own. People are making wealth, people are feeding fat from data, but then that's not what on passive is doing. So more let's come back to you again, right? Because you say this data just comes in en vrac, as you say in French, right? It just comes in, everything just comes in. Then if I understood, your job now is to like select that this is what we need and this is what we don't need. Did I get you right?
Yeah.
So if that be the case, where does the other one go to? This one we need, we keep it because and stuff. So the other one that we don't need, do we dispose of it, or we keep hoping that it becomes useful at some point?
Um, the idea would be, obviously everything is done on passive is, highest,
Yeah.
and the thinking of Ash is to like never leave any stone unturned, right? So when you think of it, right, you're gonna utilize every bit of it, okay, and um, there will be meaning coming out of it. But it's very hard, like I how I can say is like, say your mom, it's something left over in the fridge and it's nothing. Oh, it's snowing outside, I don't want to go out, but I got something, I can just do something for the kids. You would not just throw it away, would you? So think about it. And obviously, it's the data gonna be, from my point of view, what Ash and the teams are working with, is 99%, 100% will be useful data. Okay, they're not wasting, they're not wasting anything with the latest technology, what I mean. So I don't think, something gonna be, but you see, it's never lost, something will be coming up, or something, or it can be useful in, say, in All My Life, or it could be used in any other products, or it could be useful for anything. But we got the biggest data center in the world, so everything can be saved, yeah, it's you get
Right.
utilized, definitely.
We really appreciate your patience more, because this discussion was not like going to be planned to be like this, but then it was just worth it going through it, because we have learned just more than enough. However, we'll still go back to comment, because you are just opening another point, that we've got the biggest data center in the world, and those are the things that make us feel like on passive is a league of its own, because we've got all those data centers, we've got everything and stuff. Collins, can we just open and go back to this topic and discuss? If you have some stuff that were discussed yesterday that are relevant to the topic, I just let it free, and let's just have a free conversation. So, Collins, please.
Yeah, yesterday Mr. Ashmofara said something. He said, ONPASSIVE will be the cleanest business. They want everything clean, and they will not never cut corner, because they want to satisfy founders or those who are disgruntled. He said they want to make it as clean, and they will never put their signature on something. When he talk about clean, it's about doing something that is different from the others, to reduce it. They will never force it, reduce the time. But now let's look at the data center. Why do we need a data center? Why do we need, O-Verify? Why do we need our own? O-Verify is financial, is going towards financial services. Why do we need all of these things? It's because you want to control everything in-house. Because it is really difficult. Mo will bear with me, Mo will agree with me. When you outsource something, you don't know what they are doing with that thing. One, you outsource it, people's data, they control the data, they can charge you, they can shut you down anytime they give you price. So most of these companies, if you look at when they're selling their product, it's so expensive because most of them are using third-party application. Everything is just outsourced. Majority, maybe 50% is outsourced. So you have to pay all of those companies, working on your behalf. And then what will happen? You take that levy now, you place it on the users. And people will say, oh my God, this thing is so expensive. Why? Why is just this? It's because the company cannot work for nothing or just go produce something and then they just lost, because they have people who are building it, but they are sourced, they pay all of those overhead costs and all of those, then they bring it back, they charge Andy, Comfort, me, because we have to pay for that thing. We pay for the money so they can get their profit. But now Mr. Ash Mofara is bringing everything. And that's why people can, I like the way Mo said, we are 10 years younger. If Mr. Ash Mofara were to outsource everything, maybe we will be 20 years younger. But he said, no, we are not giving this. Every time when I go and look, I say, why should they charge the founder? Why should we pay this? And that is why they said ONPASSIVE has a lot of moving parts. It is not only about O Connect, but what is associated to O Connect. Why do we have to pay AWS just to host our data? There was a time I asked somebody, I said, all right, when we go and we use KYC, use another company to verify the founders. All right, we will be happy that we've been verified. We put our ID, everything. What happened? Do you know what they're doing with your data after verification? We don't know. They can take that same Andy data, your data, the third party, and sell it to another company. And you will never know. By the time you sit home, people are calling you, oh, Andy, do you want this? You know, we call it for a marketing stuff. You don't know how did they get your number and everything. Because all of those places we are pushing our information, they can sell it. But Mr. As said, we will never do that. And that's the reason ONPASSIVE is a leak on its own, because everything will be done in-house. No matter how long it takes and how costly it is, Mr. Ashford knows that when you control everything in-house, you can give it for the lowest price, because nobody is there to charge you, to tell you, pay this amount before I do this. You can say, all right, do you want to reduce your price for all this? Or let's say all the webinar platform, reduce your price, we can give it to 50p. There is nothing, because everything is in-house, data center, verification, everything in-house. So, and we will always be at the top with high quality and affordable price, because everything is in-house. So that's the reason why ONPASSIVE is a more and it's a leak on its own.
Sorry, I was muted. So more, I would let you take a rest and let Andy come from another part, because what I've known before now, I've never been a marketer. I've not done this stuff like the schemes that we've heard about before now, but then I learned a lot about it while in ONPASSIVE. And what we see out there, people kind of chacun pour soi, you know, you fight for yourself, get people to join business so that you grow and stuff. However, ONPASSIVE is operating quite differently. We have a marketing department, you know, and stuff, and they have to do the big job for us and stuff. Does that make it a leak of its own, or is it something that others have been doing and we don't know? Andy, you are the figures guys. I know that financial advice should go with marketing and stuff like that. So let's hear from you from here.
Me or Mo? Me?
Mr. Andy Burks from
That's
England,
me.
the United Kingdom.
That's me. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Collins had a good point here about outsourcing. You know, there's lots of things that the company is, as we've started to build, has had to outsource. And originally, there were several things that when we first started in Bangalore, we had to outsource various things. Ash said, hold on a second, it's easier if we bring this in. So he did that. So we opened the office in Hyderabad. Now, we were originally going to outsource our marketing campaigns, and the amount of money that he put forward for that marketing campaign, the company said, hold on a second, that's over 90% of our total business. Why don't you buy us? Okay, great. So now that's in-house as well. And the KYC, which Collins brought up as well. So the KYC generally costs £3 to £5 per person, or $3 to $5. Let's call it dollars, because most of it works on a US dollar. Okay, so $3 to $5. But if you've got 1 billion customers, and it's $3 to $5 for every single one of those, that's an awful lot of money. So Mr. Ashby Forrest said, hold on a second, we can do that in-house as well. Right, so now it becomes OKYC or you know, Verify.
Verify.
Verify. Yeah. Okay, so we, as a financial advisor, I've had to do that with every single customer that I've ever come across, because you have to prove who you are to be able to say, yes, this is true and correct cash coming in, and therefore it's not money laundered, etc. And that's exactly what's going to happen with this company. So all of a sudden, you've got all of these various original external parts, and AWS is the best one. All right, so Amazon Web Services Ash has gone to them and said, hold on a second, what we want to do is we want to be able to host OConnect. And they've looked at it and gone, well, that's going to cost you this amount. And Ash has gone, no. That's way too much money. Hold on a second. I've got a better idea. Let's bring in the biggest data center the world has ever seen with the very, very latest laser technology. Okay, so all of these things that were originally outsourced are now in-house. And there's more to come, guys, because there's so much more that we don't know. Now, I'm not going to go into them because it's guesswork. Yeah, but let's just put it this way. There are so many more things that are going to come into the company for us just as an organization. Now, what does that do from a strength point of view? Okay, so we know that the launch is within a couple of months. We're a unicorn company. Now, let's bear in mind Facebook, Google, Amazon, etc. took a minimum of 6 years, and they all started in a garage. Amazon started in a little room by the side of the house. Okay, but every other one started in the garage. Now, we started in Bangalore and moved to Hyderabad very quickly, and we've already got offices in Singapore, in Abu Dhabi, in Dubai, in Egypt, in Cairo, in Orlando. The company is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But, and here is the kicker, it's a private company. It's not a public company. What does that mean? It means you don't sell shares. There are no shares in the company. It's privately run company. So I don't have to look after the shareholders. I don't have to pay them. And we're going to go into the UK here. So Thames Water, for instance, had made 19 billion loss. And guess what? They're still paying the shareholders a dividend. How does that work? You can't. Right. So we have a private company, no shareholders. We don't have to appease these people. This is Ash's company. And Ash is doing everything for the benefit of all of the people that come into the company. There is nothing like this on the planet, people. Nothing. And I pity those. I really pity those. I'm sorry, but I really pity those that don't see that vision. Because there's millions of them that are going to have to change their mind very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, you.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate all the powerful contributions. So, Mo, it's your turn now. Whether you want to bring up a new point or you want to comment on what Andy and Collins have said, it's up to you, bro.
Oh, it's beautiful. What Andy has said is very powerful, because, as I said in my starting statement, the world will follow us, because it's private company, and then whatever we're doing is got no nobody take over, or nobody can control it except our own people. Are going to control our own company, and then we can set our own destination where and how and what he wants to give, obviously considering the legal terms with the local government, whichever country it is. But to be honest, guys, what I want to say is my analogy, whatever I know in IT sector is not even 0.001%. Okay. What Ash got is a military, is a military of so many different sectors, so many different things. What I know is just a very minute part into the thing where raw data come in and you clean, and then you put it into the thing. But how I put ONPASSIVE and the position of ONPASSIVE and the IT sector, like when we as a human stand, we need a spinal cord to support us to stand. Okay, so when you think of IT company, IT industry in the world is the spinal cord of every business, because without that, nothing gonna work. Nothing gonna work. No airlines, no ships, no road, no traffic lights, nothing. On top of that, we are in the best sector. On top of that, we got on passive, which is AI and the latest technology, and then it's with open arms, got nothing to lose here, and then it's just gonna make you a good human being first before it gives you the money. And what else you need in your life? What is the purpose of your life to come into this world? And then as a how it's been like indulge into a human, and how it is resolving people's life. And I completely believe this is so many people gonna go to heaven because of unpassive. Definitely, because we're gonna do good deeds, we're gonna become a good human beings. We're gonna help other people, we're gonna take a lot of blessing. And there will be some bad apples who are gonna be, gonna go here or do something which is not needed. And definitely, because this is a blessings. This is like something, a miracle comes to, my whole family. I gathered all my family, and okay, don't get into it, I'll look after it. You guys just get it. And whoever close, I try my best to, with my timings and with my jobs and kids and everything, I try to get them involved. But this is the best opportunity, guys. You will never get, nobody gonna tell you when something good is gonna happen to you. So just get in, and then get your family in, try to understand. And it's a massive opportunity. And I'm so lucky that it came in my generation. It could be after our generation. But it could be before our generation. Who knows? Like Bitcoin came in 2009, we were sleeping. you know we were running behind the money. We don't know what was the technology, what was it, what was, like Ash mentioned yesterday, blockchain. you know where it's going to go, how it's going to change life. It's like, you know didn't we have £10 in our pockets at that time? $10, $20 to buy 10 bitcoins. £1 it was in 2009, the price was. Now it's 25, 30. I mean, when I think of, like, the opportunities, and the best thing is where we're starting and what the value is given. Forget about money, forget about products, forget about, I mean, it's just making a good human being. People goes to religious centers, people goes to communities, people goes to things just to learn some good things. And then that is more than enough. Everything else will come along. We are here for the best things in life. And if you are bad, the bad things will come to you, like Ash was speaking last night with the positive energy. It will all follows you. It's all connected to each other. Thank you.
Oh my God, thanks. Before I forget, really quick, thank you so much, Sentina, for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. So, more, you have said a lot of stuff, and a few things, if not everything, though, stood out, but I managed to write a few stuff. You say ONPASSIVE is a military of so many sectors. And yeah, I think this sounds like a topic we had a couple of weeks ago, which said that so many companies within a company. I think that's just the same thing in other words. He also says that the IT industry is the spinal cord of every business, and he get a great explanation of that. Many people, they're going to be changed into good human beings before finally getting money. I believe that this is the training. What we're doing now is that training. We're being prepared, getting us ready, empowering and equipping us, with knowledge first before we finally get to where we start harvesting the apples. So Collins just disappeared because he knew I wanted him to start commenting on this. So Andy will not stay waiting for him. You go ahead and let's use this opportunity, this last round. Say as much as you can, you think that you want to offer, and use the opportunity to tell someone that as it stands, there is still room. If there's what we're saying is making sense and they feel like being part of this, they can still go ahead and do it. Andy, it's yours, please.
I think for me, I said this yesterday, but I'm going to say it again because for me, it was extremely important. Mo said very, very well that there are 1.4 million early birds that got in, and a lot of these people, when we first got in, we were only interested in the apples, nothing else. It didn't matter about anything else. We were only interested in the money. We just chose the money. But as time has gone on, we've listened to our CEO. We've understood the type of person that he is, and as a great leader, it makes you want to follow him. So our thought process over this time has changed and morphed, so that our main focus, if you like, is yes, we have to sort ourselves out, but you've got 1.4 million Mother Teresas. Yeah, again, I've said this before, but Amazon has created 40,000 millionaires, but it's taken 20 years to do that. We're going to create multi-millionaires that will put millions, and I mean millions, into the largest crowdfunding opportunity the world has ever seen in order to help humanity, not just charitably for orphanages or for projects or whatever, but technology, new technology that's been hidden from us and needs to be brought out, where people have been scared to bring it out because of them in the background. But when you have a company that is a unicorn company bringing it forward, it changes everything. So this is where another reason why ONPASSIVE is in a league of its own. It is an organization that has a heart for humanity, and we've seen that vision. We've seen and understood that vision and want to be part of it. And that is very powerful, guys. That is very powerful. Listen, we haven't seen any apples yet, but does this look like the face of concern? No.
Yoo-hoo! Right. So, so Collins, you go ahead. Andy, you did not make any call to action. Don't you have anybody at heart tonight you think they should be part of this? Because yesterday we had this concern. I know sometimes people don't, you've said a lot, but somebody wants to tell you that, come on, come in. Do you still have something in that direction to offer, because you will not come back again? Yeah.
Listen, it's as I said, I've been looking for something like this for 40 years. Okay, I'm getting old. I wish I'd have found this when I was in my early.
Old.
Yeah, no, you're a nipper compared to me. But I wish I'd have found this when when I was 18 or 19 and saw what I see now, because you go, oh my God, but it's going to change things,
right,
big time. And all of those people that look at this and go, not launched yet. See what we see, guys. Really see what we see. And all you have to do is register for free. And if you don't want to put anything in just yet, wait, no problem. But if you register now, it gives you access to the information that's coming. And there's so much more coming, guys. So my advice, if you get offered a freebie with the opportunity to earn some money, then take it. Learn how it works later.
Exactly. That's Richard Branson for you. Just pop in.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So Collins, if you have a comment to offer on what Mo just said, or Andy, you put that together, use this opportunity to invite someone, tell someone why they should be part of ONPASSIVE when the time is still here.
Yeah. I've always said this from the beginning. I said it is difficult for an IT company to open their door and say, come, we need founders. Never. We can look at all from the time of IBM. I don't think IBM ever had any founders. And it takes decades for an IT company to come again of this magnitude. You talk about IBM, Amazon, Apple, these are IT company, Facebook, they're IT company. So you're talking about a tech giant. Now ONPASSIVE is coming as a tech giant. I don't think we will ever have this opportunity again for the next decade. Yes, they can come, but they will not come for people like you and me. That's the truth. That's the fact. They will never open their door for normal people or poor people. It will never happen. They go for the big guns because they will ask high. Because if I know any IT company makes revenue, that one we cannot deny. They make a lot of money. Why should I build an IT company and say you come and take part of my revenue? What I know I can make a lot of money, become the world richest man, part of or be part of the big guns. Look at everything. Let's look at this. A lot of people don't know. We have the African richest. Dangote is the richest in Africa, right? But do you know Mark Zuckerberg is richer than Dangote? Only for Facebook. Dangote has a refinery, has this cement company. That's the richest. The whole Africa we know. That's him. Physical products. But somebody came with one digital product and beat him. Knock him out completely. Apple came with what? Only one phone. One phone, one product, knock him dead. Yesterday, we know that Apple is $3 trillion. $3 trillion. Even Red name a company we've never heard before with 1 trillion. I've never heard of that company, IT company. So just think about an IT company tell you come. If Apple turned it around and said, please, I want people to come, I'll give you $1 million each. How many of us will say, no, we don't want it? But this is ONPASSIVE, a tech giant telling you, come. You don't have to do anything because Ash Mofara can sell this. But I always said, Ash Mofara don't need founders. He can sell it and become the world richest man. He will beat all of them, Apple, put all of them together. Because ONPASSIVE is unlimited. There is no limit when it comes to Mr. Ash Mofara brain. Physical product will be there. We talk about data center, talking about a lot of stuff. But now, they have given us, and I like the more phrase he said, IT is the spinal cord of the whole, business. You can name all the business in the world. Without IT, there is nothing. Now, O Connect is the spinal cord of the whole ecosystem. And that is why Mr. Az said it is strategic. It's not because there are not a lot of products now in development or some products that have finished. It's already done. But it is strategic for ONPASSIVE to launch O Connect because it is the spinal cord of ONPASSIVE. So the only thing we can wish everyone, as I said yesterday, you can open it like yesterday we had this guy, I forgot the name, Leash. He said we can open, you can bring people in, you can introduce them to ONPASSIVE, but you cannot force them to join because if they don't see it, they don't see it. They don't get it, no problem. But one of the things I'm saying, if you don't come now, you'll come later. And you'll come later when there will not even be a free way to click that button to become an affiliate.
Yeah.
Yes, it will not be there forever. As Andy always said, we don't think it will be 5 billion people become an affiliate. It's not feasible. So when that button is not there, you'll still become either a user of the product or a customer of the paid product. Whether we like it or not, one way or the other, we'll use it. We are using Facebook, using Instagram, using all of those. We don't have any choice. We're using Google. We don't have any choice. So the time is coming where people will not have the choice, but you will regret why when they tell you you didn't even come and you lied. When they say, did you know about this? Say, no, I didn't know. Because you are lying. Because you never tell the truth. Because you never believe in it. There is a reason for the $97, and the reason why Mr. said, come in for free now. No company will give you an affiliate position for free. It never happened. Never will you come and click a button and say you can become an affiliate until when you buy the product. And when you start to buy the product, some people will tell you pay for an affiliate position and then buy the product on top of it and then sell it yourself. Whatever comes, you make. But Mr. said, I will do it for you. Don't worry. Just click that button. get the product in, and I'll do the rest for you. Would it? So I'll leave it there, Mr. Comfort.
I
Unpassive is too
know.
good, but we said it's too good to be true, and I'll leave it.
Thank you. And oh yes, of course, it is very, very true. So, Mokan, you were our special guest for tonight. It's all yours. Whatever you have in mind now, pour it out before we go, bro. Thank you.
Sorry, we can't be in better hands what we are. Like Colin said, it's absolutely correct. Value on top of the value and value and value, and you know, just one product is more than enough. Like O verify, people are making a lot of money with that, and then we got this opportunity to conquer the 200 countries just with O verify, which will itself be um, in terms of money wise, there will be no issue whatsoever. But what Ash is providing is absolutely out of our brains. Like Colin will agree with this. Like, um, you could not think like how this man is managing to bring three, four products same time. And which um, is all about, like I always says to my kids, is human being is like with your will and with your intention is your elastic. How long, how much you wanna stretch it, you're gonna go that far. And those things is exactly Ash put it in every human being who's attached with him. And everybody is ready to go 100 miles an hour or stretch themselves. Like Muhammad Kamal was saying, he didn't even go to Dubai to celebrate Eid, which is one of the biggest festival for Muslims. So with us, and it's all about the dedication what people are putting in, and it's gonna benefit the world. It's gonna benefit the humanity in such a big way. Um, I mean, like we will be just a history will be written in history books that we were on 1st of July 2023. We were just talking about on passive. Maybe next year it could be different, and people are gonna say, right, okay, now the life is different. So definitely I would advise people to get into. I know if it is no IT background, it takes time to understand how the things work. Like Andy asked me the question, how the data analysts work, what did they do and what happens. And I know it's hard to understand nitty gritty of the products or the technical side of the thing, but it's all about, you are welcome with both hands, to join on passive for your betterment of your family, plus your extended family, then your city, then your town, then your country. Everybody can be benefited through it. My final words will be, I would like to say thank you to Red, Chris Johnson, Marty DiGamo, and you guys. It's been a big inspiration for me. Obviously, Ash, I was up till like 7 o'clock in the morning, just carrying on listening about food, and we enjoy so much. This is what I have in myself, is like, have a laugh. Work can be done. Doesn't matter what. If you don't have a laugh, that work is, instead of getting done, it won't get done. You having just serious faces. And then, like, I like the way he deals with people. I like the way he wins the people. You know what I mean? How he wins, the magnetic power, what he got is just to have the conversation. It's nothing to do. Doesn't matter how serious is the problem. You know, he pulls the people in such a way. So I try to be, in that position to get the people in my way, or understand their needs, their interests. And then they will be loving you and they will be following you. Yeah. That's all I can say. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you guys.
Right. Thank you so much, Mo, for coming. We really appreciate you, and we're trusting that you find time to come back because it was a great teaching. We really appreciate. And of course, guys, we thank you for always being there for our people, family. It's a family thing as usual, and that's the way to go. Let's go ahead and share this. We can't keep it to ourselves. Somebody needs to know about this, what we've had today. So, guys, if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to every YouTube channel you're watching on. Click on the bell because we like doing this like every day. So tomorrow is Sunday, and we have Heroes webinar at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is 9 p.m. Sorry, 7 p.m. Here in the UK. Go ahead and join so that we walk the ecosystem together. We'll still be helping. We'll spend tomorrow a bit more time again on teaching people how to get their links. We have discovered that people still don't get it. We have, I've still seen a lot of people say, oh, I don't know how to get my link and share it with people. That's sad. However, we're here and we're happy to help. Go ahead and join so that you tell us what you want, and we'll share screen and walk you through that gradually so that you get it done. Sister Rose, your question was answered. I'm going to send it to you, so don't worry. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Let's share. See you tomorrow, and good night. Bye.